Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Life Uncensored, Navigating Adulthood, one episode at a time. It has been storming where I am in Northern Virginia. And so we had some technical difficulties with the internet for a little bit. Hopefully, we have seen the end of it, but we're here now. And I'm glad to have you all. Thank you all for joining. Again, welcome to Life Uncensored, Navigating Adulthood, one episode at a time. Let's see who's riding with us today. Coming to the stage, we have two successful young Black male entrepreneurs who I know personally and am very proud of. My son, Alex Davis. Native to DMV, Alex launched the Misfit LLC in 2021, a vibrant clothing line designed to inspire and bring more color to the world. With a deep passion for creative process, Alex combines his artistic vision with entrepreneurial spirit to create unique, expressive fashion pieces. His work reflects a commitment to originality and a desire to make a positive impact through style. So welcome to the stage, everyone. My son, Alex Davis.
Thank you, guys. That was the best intro ever. So,
I'm glad you liked it. I'm glad you liked it.
Hey, guys, the Misfit, Northern Virginia. You already know. Or Alex. Either one's cool.
Now, coming up is QC. We love QC. QC took Alex under his wings early on. And as a family, we took QC under our wings. So QC is part of the family, as far as I'm concerned. With 8 years of retail and manufacturing expertise, QC is a dedicated business aficionado. His passion for driving business success is evident in his strategic insights, which are a testament to his operational acumen. QC brings a wealth of experience in optimizing manufacturing processes and enhancing retail operations, making him a compelling voice in the realm of entrepreneurship and business management. His commitment to innovation and excellence continues to define his dynamic career. So you all please welcome QC.
How y'all doing?
QC, what's up?
How y'all doing?
I'm glad to see you. Glad to see you.
Appreciate y'all for having me on.
I'm glad you guys, are okay with being on, because I was like, oh, are they gonna do this? They're gonna be on with me. And sure enough, here you guys are, and I appreciate you both. And I'm so excited to talk about this topic tonight, and really just delve into your journeys, both of your journeys, because this is something that I know for myself. When I was younger, probably even a little bit younger than you guys, I had dreams of starting a business one day. But I was like, we'll see. I don't know. I come from a generation where you work. You go to work for somebody else, you make your paychecks, you get your 401k saved up, then you retire. Starting your own business was not common. So you guys honestly have inspired me, and I'm sure will inspire others. So with that being said, let's just jump right into it. I want you guys to both take a few moments out to talk to me about what inspired you to start your clothing line, and how did your journey begin through that process? QC, I'll start with you.
Well, firstly, I'm not even gonna lie. My uncle, like, hands down, he's like the greatest man that could have ever put me onto this game. Mainly because he's started his business, at the age like where I was, probably 26, maybe 24. And he taught me when I was 16, how to do all of this, get into the fashion industry. He worked in one of the most known stores in the DMV now. It was called Last Stop. I'm not sure if y'all heard of that store.
Wow.
He was making millions for that store. When I say, like, at night, we would be sitting in the trying to close because he got to count so much cash, trying to make all the money for the store and, close out the night. But he was around that graphic designer area, being in Last Stop, because you've seen a lot of new brands, a lot of like Gucci, and a lot of them was sold in those stores back in the day. But being around a lot of high-end brands, upcoming rookie brands, it gave you an insight on, like, maybe I could do this too. And he showed me and put me on when he opened up his first store when he was when I don't remember his age, but he was young, just around my age. I'm 26 now, but he inspired me completely. He gave me the game, told me how to do it, invested into me a lot of the times as well. I could just say one of the greatest. But once I got old enough, I decided to do my own thing. And it's required as a man. You're supposed to do your own thing. You're not supposed to be up under anybody for too long.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought that I could, well, I ain't gonna say I thought I did. I did it. I became the youngest 23-year-old and 22-year-old in the DMV to open up his first store in Columbia Mall. And no one else could say they did that. And I take that on the chin every day. Like,
Yeah.
but
let's clap it up for that. Let's clap it up for that.
I appreciate that.
Yes.
If anyone else could say the same, based on the new time frame, that's what it was. I feel like I inspired a lot of the youth now because of what I did, especially being in that mall, because now there are young kids now in that mall who open up a store location who sell shoes and other designers. But, that's really what inspired me to be inspired to do certain things. And I want to continue to inspire. So that's really what got my brand started. And again, my brand is called The Field. We do have another store location in Annapolis Mall. So, come check us out.
I love it. That's awesome. Alex, tell us about your story. What inspired you? And talk to us a little bit about your journey.
What inspired me, just creating. I've always been in love with creating. Like, even in elementary school, if I'm writing comics and drawing pictures, or when I started playing basketball, I was trying to come up with a new move or never done before play, things like that. And then as I started getting into the fashion of clothes, and it set my mind on fire thinking of how much I can do by putting my imagination into these clothes forever, for as long as I can. I'm 22 now. I have so much more time to improve and learn, and it's not even a job. It's my favorite thing to do. So just creating things, that's what inspired me to start my brand.
That's awesome. That is awesome. And he's not lying. He was the kid with the crayons everywhere and markers everywhere, and Mom, can I get some more paper? And so he's not lying when he says, he's always been, very creative and wanting to create things. So I love that. What are some challenges? I want you to really think about this. What are some of the challenges that you face as young Black entrepreneurs in the fashion industry specifically, not just any type of business, but in the fashion industry specifically?
You want to start that, Alex? You want to tell some faces of what we're going through in these streets, man? Because I'm gonna get into it. Go ahead, tell them what you're gonna do.
Go first, Q. You go first.
Listen, I think that the biggest challenges that we have right now is not competition. It's like it's saturation. Like it's too many of what we've been doing since we were kids and actually wanted to act on it. And I acted on it. Alex acted on it, and he actually invested his money and his time into it. And now everyone just does it because it's, I don't know, maybe for the money, but there's no real genuine clothing of what's going around. I feel like it's a lot of just, let me push this so that I can become something that I didn't really think I could become, and I feel like I take it too deep, because a lot of the things that I've done for my brand and people have like completely just taken the idea from me, and I just be like, all right, cool. It's cool. We'll just move on from it, and we'll just use it to our advantage. Like if you can see here, right here, how I learned this marketing strategy was listening to a documentary on how to market your brand at 100%. Basically, if you use fonts and logos that are similar to things that people have seen for decades of times, 9 times out of 10 people want to support it. If you look at that looks like either the Teen Titans logo or the GTA font. And what is our generation known for? The GTA or that teen. If you didn't watch Teen Titans, come on.
I didn't think of it like that.
You know, so it's like I feel like no one is actually coming together to become one conglomerate of let's build off of what we already have, and everybody's just like fighting for the best pieces. Let me fight for what's the best quality. Let's just figure out how we can source each other and become better and build multiple stores around the DMV instead of just having one. And we don't even have to have stores. We can do anything that has to require us just to come together and make business, because we all need business. Business is required for people like me, people like Alex. We're not worried about anybody. We're not talking about everybody. We're just talking about the people who are like-minded. And it's a very few people. It's not a lot of people who are like-minded like me and Alex who want to build something. Everyone really wants to work for the dollar, for real. Because
I'm sorry. So you're saying from your standpoint, one of the challenges is that the market is saturated, but not with people who genuinely have a love for the industry.
Yeah.
But people who think, oh, this is easy. I could do that and make a fast buck.
Yeah.
And it takes away from us, the people who are doing what we're supposed to be doing. The people who are putting in the real work behind it. Paperwork, we doing the inventory, you know, not the drop shipping, not the let me just create something and then we'll let it work on its own. We actually are doing the field work, the groundwork. We're doing everything that needs to be done. And we get the back end of it. We don't get the full success and the accolades that we deserve for it. Not to say it's everything's in due time though. So
yeah. Would you say that you feel the same, or you would add to that?
Yeah, that's like my biggest pet peeve with the clothing brands. I always say that, like, people don't love the art. People want their name to be the Louis Vuitton or the Virgil, or people want that. People want to say I have a clothing brand. Or just be a trendsetter. People don't like. We come home every single day and get right back to, like you said, every day we're working towards that
goal,
and it's all back end. Like, we understand that the love and the success is really in the strive, like going towards the goal. We're not focused on having $1 million and being better than other brands. It just comes when you're actually doing all the work, and people just have the name and say they have a brand, feel like they got emotion or something.
Quick shout out to Charvase, Vasey IFBB Pro, who's watching live on Instagram, who said facts to what y'all are saying. Facts.
Thank you.
Facts. So let me ask you then. The problem is or the challenge, well, let's call it a challenge. The challenge is saturation with the phonies. Let's just put it out there and say that. How do you overcome that? What do you do to shine above? You know, if you're in a crowd of 1,000 phonies, how do you overcome that to show that, no, this is what I do because I love it, because I want to make a difference? Like, what do you do there?
It's like we were just saying. It's, you do the actual work. Like
he taught me something there. Oh, he got me. I was about to say I didn't know. He got me. He taught me something there.
A lot of people want because it's so common now, just the overnight success. Like, people think they can do in a year what actually takes 10 years to do a business. I know I'm not going to make $1 million. It's my first year. It's all learning. Like, my first piece dropped a year ago. It's all learning the whole time. You can't just go on TikTok, see what the most viewed thing is,
recreate it and then
just
expect
copy paste. You got to do the real work. You got to have real imagination. You got to get creative with it.
Yeah, I like that.
If I may add,
yeah, please.
I want to say that in order to really overcome it is like tunnel vision. Like he was saying, do the paperwork, do the due diligence, stay focused, but just tunnel vision. Block out the phonies, block out the BS, block out anybody who is not on the same frequency and the same wavelength of what you're talking about. If they're not applying enough pressure for what you got going on, move them.
Yeah.
Exactly. And over time, you're doing double and triple and quadruple the work of everybody else. So in the back end, it'll show. It's not like showing as you got the most sales. You're an actual established, respected brand. You know, over a long period of time, you have the trust from your community or customers, whatever you want to call.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are talking a lot about the time it takes, the effort put in, the long hours and whatnot. How do you balance that with your personal life? You know, the boys want you to come out and run some ball. You know, somebody wants you, hey, it's so and so's birthday party. Oh, it's a car show next weekend. How do you balance that? How do you know what things to say? Yes, I can stop this for, you know, a couple of hours to go support, you know, my boy's birthday party, or he's photographing a car show or whatever. Like, how do you make the balance?
Well, for me, my first rule is spending time with family or friends is never a waste of time. If you're doing way too much and you're consistently going out of your way to like not do the work, that's different. But like just like yesterday or the day before, I was working super hard on my computer. I was like 2-3 hours in, and Zay walked in and just asked me to draw a picture. I'm like, why? He's like, I don't know, just draw it. And I drew it. I drew a random picture, and then I got right back to it. I just feel like when you really love it, you're always, that you're always gonna have time. So the balance of it is, it's not as bad as you would think. Like, I work 9 to 5 too, and come straight home at 6 and do this until 12. Like, you always find the time. There's a balance if you went there, but you don't always have to just straight cut everybody off. But like QC said, having tunnel vision is a big key. And because everybody gets distracted. We all the same, like we all have the same amount of things that can distract us. We all have different things to do, family, friends, but
absolutely. And
well,
those who don't know, Zay is Alex's 9-year-old little brother, and he idolizes Alex. And it's so when he says Zay comes in, and which he'll do, and randomly like, oh, you feel like drawing, or hey, you feel like playing some who knows the dinosaur best. That's a very true statement. And you know, to your point, having that wherewithal, having that understanding that taking 10-15 minutes out just to spend a little bit of time with your brother because he just asked for it, doesn't stop you or deter you from your end goal. It's just a break. So I appreciate you sharing that. What were you going to say, QC?
I haven't figured it out. I have been completely straight focused on my hustle. I took time out to be, I could say like just to take time on myself and not be just straight business. And that didn't go well for me. In my opinion, in my experience, it didn't go well for me. Me coming back to my business and being tunnel vision, back on my focus, has put me in a much better space because now I can really make time for the things that I want. Now that I have a grasp on certain things for my business and, and certain things is in play the way that I decided to put them. But I also do struggle with making time for certain family and friends, but it doesn't make me feel, less of who I'm supposed to be, because at the end of the day, the end goal is the key, the focus. And I have something to build. I have a legacy, and I can't be worried about 15 minutes, let alone saving almost 15 generations. That's just how I think. I could be wrong in my opinion, but taking on what Alex said, I took something to the heart because it kind of hit me like maybe I do need to take that 15 minutes and really call that person and say, yeah, this is what's going on, or how are you, or let's step away from the business. It is needed. It's for sure needed. But based off of, I guess, say experiences and who you are, certain things for me, I got to be tunnel vision at 100% because I've been at that point where I took time out for a year, 2 years, just to focus on, being who I thought that's who I should have been at that time. But it took away from what I'm supposed to be doing and what I'm supposed to be focused on. And now that I'm back on it, everything else is back in place the way it was.
Yeah. So it sounds like to me, QC, that you got some homework.
Yeah.
in that is really just finding what that balance is. And does that mean that you have to take a week off every month? Maybe that's not your balance. Maybe it is one day a month. Maybe
Right.
it's 2 days a month. Like you have to find out. And I think that's what makes us different as people. Is that we can still reach our goals, achieve our goals in the way that works for us, that's comfortable for us.
Right.
So Alex has found what his balance is and what brings him joy. So it sounds like you just are kind of figuring out what that will be for you. It doesn't have to be Alex's formula. It's going to be
exactly
formula, you know.
And that's why I made the comment of saying like it hit home when he said he took the 15 minutes out and was like, let me just draw my little bro this picture, because at the end of the day, I'd rather see him happy. And happiness is way more important in certain aspects and what we talking about. But it's always on situations and scenarios. We always got to put that into perspective. Awareness is number one. Being aware of what you're doing at all times for what matters. You know, I'm not saying Alex shouldn't have took that 15 minutes, but I'm glad he did, because now I get to understand and put that in perspective for me when I need to.
Absolutely. Shout out to we notice you watching live on Instagram, who said not everyone understands the mission. Sometimes you have to stay to yourself to get the goal completed.
Turn up.
So let's talk about your clothing lines and others. How do you differentiate yourself, or your clothing line, should I say, from others that are in the market? So if I'm walking, somewhere and I see several racks of different brands of clothing, how do I know? Oh, there go Misfit right there. Oh, there go the Field right there. How do you guys differentiate your brands?
All right, what's going first?
I got this. Because I got this for both of us. Listen.
Okay.
Because listen. Me and Misfit been at a pop-up plenty of times. And the way that we have it's gravitational pull, it's frequency, it's actual like, and even if I'm not there, my frequency, it show if it's onto the clothes, it's not on you. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of one of those statements, but we have gravitational pull when we speak. It's just in us. We know how to get that customer to buy something, and I don't even have to say too much. It speaks for itself. I can't even like give you a long spill on it. It's on frequency. It's on love. It's on how we carry ourselves. And Misfit's number one. I'm gonna speak for him. Like, bro, really get to it. He really get to it.
I'm trying, bro. Thank you.
I will say I've been at pop-up shops and there's been times where like that you weren't there, QC. We're like, oh, QC not here. You can tell,
right?
Like,
right. The vibe is different. The vibe
is slightly different. And so what you're saying is dead on. It's dead on. And I've had me and Clarence, my husband, went out. When was it? Was it March? I can't remember. Whenever it was, to my girlfriend's husband's birthday party. And while we was out, one of the bodyguards there was like, "What? Aren't you Misfit? Yeah, I think you at some of the pop-ups, whatever." And so fast forward, maybe like 2 months later, seen him again in the Target. He was like, "Yeah, man, we missed Misfit at the last pop-up." So what you're saying has some weight to it, QC. It has some weight to it.
It's not like it's not too much to explain. I've been doing this for so long where I've come to understanding that like I don't want my brand to just be sold because it's in stores. I want it to be sold because most of my customers met me and know who I am and know what I've built and know that I took real time into this design again. And I don't have to do too much. It's simple. I'm for the culture. Like it's easy. It's really easy to get into branding, designing, just taking advantage of like not bullshitting. It's when you want to do something, it's easy to just say, I'm gonna do it and stay focused on it. Only thing that gets in the way is what you allow to get in your way. That's all I'm gonna say.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Songs of C2, shout out. He's watching live on YouTube, said tag team. Y'all tag teaming it. That's how it's supposed to go. I love it. I love it. I love it. QC, this next question is for you specifically. How do you balance your online presence with your physical store? And what are the key differences in managing both?
I was hoping you would skip over this on me.
No,
I was hoping you would not. Listen, I was looking at that question since what, Saturday? I was looking at that question like, oh my goodness, there's no way. But the thing is that I left it up to my business partner. She's such a great like asset to my life, completely outside of the business. She's just such a great person to my life because she actually like digs deep and tries to find ways for me to get money, whether that's for her to create the website or for her to use the website for all of us to make money. You know, I haven't figured out the online presence because I'm not that tech savvy when it comes to making websites. I need someone else to help me do it. But when it comes to like physical presence and being at pop-ups, Misfit could tell you, we know how to make money. Money's never been an issue for us. It's just building the clientele.
Yeah.
We've done $1,000 in 4 or 5 hours. Like, come on, man. We've done that.
I love it.
We run pop-ups like it's like we're in a store. Now, if you can do that at a pop-up, imagine if we get them into the store.
Yeah.
It's
and
easy.
Would you say that you're consistently meeting new faces, meeting new customers at the different pop-ups that you do go to?
Oh yeah,
of course. Of course. That's all I want. I don't honestly want the people who are already supported unless they come in to the hometown. Like, you've supported me, you actually want to be a part of the field. That means you come to the new store, you come to the next new store. I'm not worried about you no more because now you're a supporter and you get whatever like membership or whatever once you come and swipe your card at the new store location. I'm worried about every new face I can come across.
Love it. So then, Alex, I'm gonna come to you then. So QC has a store. He's saying he's not that tech savvy, whatnot. You had to learn how to build your website and figure out how Instagram does things and how, the different platforms do things. What motivated you? Because it had to be some times where you were like, what the heck is this crap? And, you got frustrated. But what motivated you to just take a breath, figure it out, and keep on pushing?
For me, I just had to understand that I need to learn and relearn instead of memorize things.
Okay.
So the like stuff like you said, learning how Instagram works and which programs to use for the website and why. I literally write all of this down all of the time. I'll be at work, if I'm walking through the day, I'll say it into my phone and later come back when I get home and write it down. I just always try to I don't know, I was so into it. I thought it would be cool to be armed with all of those skills, or equipped,
Yeah.
It just makes me feel more confident in the website because it's my brand and I have the most context behind it. So and obviously at some point I'll probably have to have someone else run my website and run my Instagram. That's in the future, but having the skills now, maybe I'll be able to train somebody on how to do it the right way. It'll make me feel more complete as an entrepreneur. Like QC said, the money is awesome, but the experience of actually building something and knowing that you did it from nothing, it just feels awesome. It's my favorite thing, pulling from your imagination into reality. Like it's literally.
Okay, I love it. Let's talk about your marketing strategies. What do you have specific marketing strategies that you use to target your audiences, your customers? Or is it one of those things where you're like, oh, wait a minute, I just thought of this. This might be a good idea. Like, how does it work for you both? And I assume, and you tell me if I'm wrong, I assume it's slightly different because of the difference between being in store, having a brick and mortar, and being online. So what strategies are you using marketing wise to get to your customers?
For me, I've just been trying to put out as much volume as possible, whether that's as many pieces, as many stories, posts, even
Ads, all that.
ideas. Yeah, all of it. That's how I have a set schedule or daily list of however I'm gonna post, what item needs to get promoted, which item I have a lot of, because then I might get to stuff like, oh, I only got one of these left, I got to make an almost gone post, stuff like that. So it's a mix. Sometimes it's scheduled and spot on, but sometimes I'm just walking through the day or just find a situation and just I have to execute on this.
And I would say that's why he's much better than me. He's way better than me when it comes to, that's why like the store and everything, it sounds and it looks good. But like when you have certain things that you can't do and certain skill sets that you're not good at, he's much better than me. And the way he explains it, he's way better. He can tell you how he has a set schedule to do these ads, the marketing for the website, the 3 posts, the this, that, and the third. And me, I post when I feel like it. I post when well, just like you said, when I'm thinking of an idea, let me put this to the gram so that the gram can see it. I don't put much effort into the social media as much as I should, but I post what I want. And that's why I say he's much better than me. Me, I can't get into the focusing on the set schedule and the posting on a certain timeline, because when you post at a certain time, like say like 7 or 8 o'clock, when you post, that's when most people on Instagram are in the house and they're scrolling, and you get the most likes chance at between 7 and 9 p.m. And most people don't even know that aren't into business or into the Instagram social media tactics. But me, I post when I want, and I'm trying to get into it. But that's why we got to come together, you know, and bring more ideas to each other. Like I said, I'm gonna talk to my business partner so we can get Misfit exactly where he needs to be.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, we're not gonna say too much, but yeah.
Yeah, of course. Thanks.
I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about that piece of it, right? And let's clap it up for your business partner. Let's clap it up. Let's clap it up.
Yeah. Shout out, we notice you.
Shout out, we notice you.
Nah, when I say like that's the soldier, strong arm soldier, yeah. Run it down.
By the way, when I asked you earlier, how do you do the balance between the store and the online presence? We noticed you said he don't. Laugh out loud.
That's what I told you, and I can't even see the comments, and I already said it. I said she handle all that. She's the boss. Me, I post whatever I want. She's trying to get me to stay focused on
it. I freaking love it. That's hilarious to me. So you listen. I want to keep this conversation going. But let's take a quick commercial break. And we're going to get back at it because we've got a few more things to talk about. So we're going to take a quick commercial break, talking like a minute and a half. All right. QC, right, you're going to come back with us, right? After commercial break?
Of course. I'm here to the end.
All right. I love it. All right. Everyone, sit tight. We'll be back in just a minute.
What's up, guys? This is the Misfit, and I'm back now debuting my backpack drop. What's up, guys? This is the Misfit, and I'm back now debuting my backpack drop. Hey, what's up, guys? If you're ready to get your backpacks, you can go on the misfitllc.net/shop, or you could DM me. I do DMV deliveries. Drop-offs are always available, so let me know.
Jax Consulting Services, business solutions for all industries, tailored solutions to fit any size. Check us out on the web, www.jax-consulting.com. Set up a free consultation and see how we can tailor our solutions to your needs. That's www.jax-consulting.com. We can't wait to see you. All right, we are back. We are back. We are back. QC, you with us? Alex, you with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
Awesome. 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 I want to. Oh, QC, you there? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you can't hear me?
Oh, there you go. I thought I lost you for a second. All right. I want to get in a little bit into the community, right? One of the things that I've heard both of you mention during this conversation is being impactful, creating and leaving a legacy, things of that nature, right? So, how do you ensure your business is positively impacting the community?
You ready for me?
Yeah, you can take it away, KC.
I think over the course of the years, I've impacted a few, not just by like my brand. I think that me personally, I've impacted a lot of the youth now that started designing and doing a lot of shirts, because I'm not sure if anybody really knew that I was a manufacturer for the DMV for like a while. Like when I say like a good six of the 8, I was manufacturing a lot of clothing brands between like Montgomery County, PG County, and I was getting known for that for a long time, up until when I opened my first store. And I kind of like stepped away from doing the custom design manufacturing because I wanted to officially get my brand off the ground. And I lost a lot of clientele because of that. But I think that it was more of like me trying to build so much for other people. It took away from what I really wanted to do. And I couldn't balance on trying to inspire so much because I wasn't as inspired anymore to be like helping everybody when I felt like I wasn't doing anything much for myself and leaving that legacy that I said I wanted to build. And it wasn't just about doing the customs. It was about like building other businesses. I do have 2 other businesses that have to do with the same name, the field. I'll get into them, once we get more down the questions. But the impact that I really want to go ahead.
No, I was going to say, so if we can go back to that really quick, right? You're saying that, like a few moments ago, you said that you lost a few clients because of what you were doing, how you were shifting your focus and so on and so forth. Do you feel like in the long run that helped or hurt you? Like obviously in the moment when you lose, a few clients, it might feel like it hurt you, but do you think in the long run, overall big picture, that it helped or hurt?
It did both, because now I'm back doing both. The clientele that missed me from back then and not knowing what I'm capable of now, they're not concerned with me as much more, so it's like I get to lose out on a lot of great clientele, and I probably lost them to bad customer service as well, but I feel like the biggest thing for me was then I was so high on inspiring people to be like, yeah, man, you can do it. This is your brand. Actually do it. I would literally force people out their money to get them to start their brand. Kids would be like, yeah, man, I'm trying to start my brand. Well, bro, give me the bread right now. Let's do it. Let's get it started. And I was so high on inspiring so many people to get their life started and get their brand started. And my brand was just like something that I thought of. It wasn't completely put onto the product the way I would design other people's product. And I took in everything that I learned from making everybody else's product to advantage on my brand when it was time to start it. So I already knew what I was getting into. So I knew that it helped me a lot because I knew that I didn't want to just design how everybody was designing. Half of the brands that I were making for the DMV, everybody was making the same thing. Everybody wanted the sleeve, let me cool out. Let me wait till time gets to where it needs to be, and then something will give. Something will give me that chance to start my brand the way I need to. But as long as I can keep taking advantage of being the best brand manufacturer, I'll never be without money. Because let's not fake like money isn't the main source that we need to keep everything going. Because we do need money to live.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. What do you have to add to that, Alex?
Well, as far as impact, QC speaking huge facts. He impacted me as well. That's what like half of this motivation even came from. Like at first I knew I could do it. Obviously I wanted to be good, but then the first day I met QC and we noticed you, they like reassured me like way past what I even thought I could do. So I thank you for that a lot, bro, every single day. But he's got it right. Is having having a positive impact on the community instead of like trying to inspire people on purpose. You let your art do the talking. You let people fall in love with the product. You give the product a soul.
So where would you guys? It's July 10th, 2024. July 10th, 2030. What would you like to see happening with your brand? Where would you like to see yourselves? What would you like to be doing?
See, I knew this question was coming. So the other businesses that I have, the other business that I started, I haven't finished my classes, but it's a firearms business. And I'm basically trying to teach, once you become 18 and 21, you can learn how to shoot, get your firearm license, and you can carry. That's what I want to bring into my field business as well. I want to name that the Field Firearms. There's multiple things that I want to do with the branding. I want to turn the branding into like protective wear, protective backpacks, being able to, in case there's a shooting or something, your backpack will save you. Your beanie hat might be able to save you. There's multiple things that I want to take the branding into, because it's not just like clothes. It can relate to almost a lot. It can relate to sports. It can relate to a lot of different things. Maybe I'll get my brand on the field in the NFL. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's a lot of things that I know my brand can get into. I just got to do the due diligence. I got to do the paperwork. I got to do the marketing. I got to make resources, make connections, and become that person that I say I want to be.
Yeah. I like it. What about you?
All right. So for me, I can't say specifically 10 years, but I can tell you I give you 10 to 20 guy. I'm just like QC.
You said 10. I said 6 years.
6? You said 20.
I said 7, 10, 20, 30.
I was thinking 30. You're right.
Listen, bro. I'm still thinking it's 2020 COVID time. I missed that COVID money.
Me too.
That COVID money was different, man.
But at least for me, I also have another business idea I want to push forth. Because as you see on the clothes, it's all graphic tees, colorful, like art, just a million different kinds of characters. I want to form all of that into a cartoon brand. Like I want to have my own animations. I want to learn how to animate.
That's awesome.
I want to have TV shows like shorts, 30 seconds. Like anything. That's just where I see going my brand next, and I can loop that in with the clothes. I have merch. I can still have the classic, just Misfit stuff without all the cartoons and the characters, just straight away. But yeah, that's what I want to be at by by that time, I'll definitely be there having some cartoons.
People also don't even know that the animation and getting into animation causes you to get into gaming a lot. People don't know that too. Animation is like one of the highest paying things right now too. Getting into that the NFT stuff. It's not like how they were. The people who are talking about it as far as like pictures of NFTs, we talking about like animation NFTs. Like the anime series right now is booming. If we can get an anime character of Misfit, aka Alex, who knows how much money we can get from that.
And then even that like new idea can be a whole nother like flower in this huge garden of ideas, and it'll just inspire more and more stuff. Like QC was saying, like even imagining my logo as like the patch on the NBA jersey, stuff like that.
On the side of a nice car, race car. Yeah. I love it. Okay, Alex, this next question is for you. How do you stay updated with the fashion trends, and how do you adapt your brand around those trends, if at all? If you
I send them to him. I send them to him. I send them anything. Tell him check his feed. We listen. We be sending each other everything. We keep each other hip. Tell him check his feed. I send him everything. We stay hip. We don't know. Listen, he texted me. He sent me. I didn't even know. Will the rapper posted the outfit, and he sent it to me, and I'm like, how did you see it before me? And then he got my outfit on. I'm like, sheesh.
For those of us who don't know, tell us who Will the Rapper is.
Will the Rapper is a DMV rapper. He came out with one of the famous songs that everybody know. I don't want to word for word it, but pull up, please, skirt and hop out.
No, yeah, Will the Rapper. Yeah. I've been listening to him since freshman year.
Since JIT times, man.
Yeah, no, that's I still listen to him every single day. So of course I saw the post and I'm like, I've seen this 100 times. I sent it directly to QC.
So the answer to the question is you stay up to date with the latest fashion trends by having a ping pong match with QC.
Yep. All day long.
Listen, I ain't mad at y'all. I ain't mad. Listen, support is support. Whatever you got to do. I'm not mad at you. So then what do you do to... You see those kind of things. QC sends you something. Do you incorporate that into your ideas for your next drops? Do you look at stuff and be like, why they
Can I answer that?
Both.
You answered his question already, QC.
I'm sorry, because listen, he know what type of time we on, man. Like,
I know what he's saying.
Okay, go ahead. Let's see. I should have him write it down on a cue card and then have you answer and see if it's right. But go ahead.
I think that he does not incorporate it at all. He does not incorporate it at all. He takes it, right, and literally just uses it to his advantage to know to not do that and do it the best way that he knows possible. Like when we send each other stuff, it's not for us to steal the idea. It's to like step away from what is trend setting so that we can set our own trends. You know, right. It's not to like, it's not to like be playing and be like, bro, stay away from that. Cause that ain't it. It's cool. It look good for certain people, but we got something that we're way better on and we can take advantage of this and make it look like it's nothing.
Basically, how everybody sees like different clothes, maybe they'll see some flare sets and like, gotta drop flares now. Like with me and QC, we look at Instagram and all of these different trends and we use it as a what not to do instead of this is the new thing, do this now while it's trending, because that's not a long lasting trend.
So it's, in other words, it's not organic growth is what I'm hearing.
Exactly. And it can probably work, but not long term. Okay. We want to put out undeniable 100% creative to us, like something completely from our brains. It might take days to do it, and we want to do it perfectly 100%
Mm-hmm.
our way, so it's completely different.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. We got another comment here from Songs of C2 saying that y'all sing like the Wonder Twins. Do y'all even know who the Wonder Twins are? Are y'all old enough to know who the Wonder Twins
No,
are?
I do my
I don't know who the Wonder Twins are.
I'm good with cartoons.
I will school you later, QC, on who the Wonder Twins are.
I don't know the Wonder Twins.
All right, let's talk. And you guys are already kind of talking about this a little bit, but I just want to go a little bit deeper into it. Mentors. Do you all have, like you talked earlier, QC, about your uncle? You know, Alex, you've been talking about how QC kind of took you under his wing. But are there any other like mentors that, or any other support systems for that matter, that you guys get invigorated by? That you know, without those mentors, without that support team, that there might have been times where you threw in the towel.
You want me to start?
No,
Or you got it?
I'll go first this time. For me, obviously, besides the cliches like family, friends, like specifically my family, like my mom, my brothers, John and Zay, pops, like that's all I need. I still have, because I guess that's more motivation than like mentors, but just for like keeping me like in line or straight, like straightforward, even without you guys knowing, like y'all just doing whatever y'all do. It's like I need to sharpen what I'm doing.
Shout out to Jonathan, Alex's big brother, who was his marketing executive while we were on vacation in California last year. We turn around and be like, "Where's John? He's selling the product. He boosting the product to some stranger." And you say you got a bunch of followers from California?
A lot of
Shout out to John. Shout out.
And besides you guys, I got, and he probably don't even know I'm on a podcast. My man Corey. Corey. I don't even have enough words. I think Corey is the most inspiring person I've ever met. He's 42. Well, I think I met him when he was 40. I was like 18 or 19. And I don't know what it was, but he just always helped me reframe
like your thinking and how you looked at things.
Exactly. Like, especially negative things. Like, always help like prepare me for inevitables, and talk to me for hours on hours on hours. That's another person I believe.
Shout out to Corey. We like Corey.
Shout out Corey.
Yeah, shout out to Corey.
He gonna be mad when I send him this.
We'll have him on too. Next time we'll have him on.
He was like, "Don't mention me." But I would say my mentors are a lot of the people I come across. I don't really have too many people that like stay in my life for a long time because I'm always on the move, I could say. But my business partner, she's definitely a mentor for me. I'm gonna definitely say you too, Mom. You're not like in my life, like I'm gonna explain who you are to me in a way. You're not somebody who's in my life consistently, but when we do have our conversations, and it could be for a year or 6 months at a time. But when we do have our conversation, even when we had our first conversation, when I pulled up to the house, to come pull up on Misfit, it was so invigorating to me that like I know I can count on you to be a real advisor for me. Somebody who I could just be peaceful in my conversations and not feel like I'm gonna be attacked in a way where I could be wrong. You'll let me see the reality of things, And my business partner does that too. She also is, shout out to We Notice You. She also is soft on me a lot of the times, but she keep it G. She keep it G with me at 100%. But my uncle, I already explained who he is. That's one of the big dogs. I'm always gonna speak highly of him. Never no negativity, regardless of whatever it is that we've been through. He's like the best man for me, who was for me at the time of me growing up. Like real life, I could call my dad and uncle at the same time. But and Misfit's father, he's a great example of a great goddamn dad. Like great example. Yeah, great example. Every time he's supporting his son. I want that. Like I wanted that. I'm gonna give that. I just appreciate him. It looks good, and it shows because his son is a man. He's not no little boy.
Absolutely. Big facts. I was saying to Alex just a couple days ago, I was like, y'all don't realize how hard that man ride for y'all. He ride for y'all for sure. Yeah. Absolutely. No, I appreciate your kind words. I appreciate it. I just doing what's in my heart to do.
The whole family lit. Whole family lit.
Listen, you ain't met the extended family yet. Once we love you, it's a wrap.
And obviously, I wasn't trying to drag it, but of course, QC and we notice you. I just felt like I talked about that so much earlier. I was kind of dragging it. But
go ahead, bro. You ain't got to tell me twice, pimp. You ain't got to tell me. Listen, we locked in. I got the number. We good.
I just really appreciate you, QC, and you too, Tay, because you guys taught me how to learn and why to learn. So I wasn't just checking a box by doing this with my business or learning this about my business. You guys gave me the understanding. There's always a flip side to everything. So
I like that.
I already said that, but I appreciate that.
I like that. How to learn and why to learn. That's big. That's big. Yeah. I like that.
We some young killers on a mission.
I see. I see, and the world is seeing. That ain't no lie. So let's talk about those coming behind you. What advice would you give, other Black young men and women who are trying to start their own business in the fashion industry or outside of the fashion industry? What advice, if you could have had this piece of advice the day you started, what would you want to pass on to somebody so they have it and they don't have to learn the hard way?
For me, I think the best advice is win the long game, not the short game. It's so tempting to try to hop on a trend and get the overnight, fame. But if you play the long game, you literally, you watch it in real time. You building that community, and it just feels like crazy. I can't explain it, but yeah, just don't. The only way to lose is to stop. It's impossible to fail if you just keep rolling the dice every single time. If you have nothing, then invest. Like I've been at that point. I had absolutely nothing, and as soon as I touched a little bit of money, I put into the business because it's all a part of the journey.
Yeah. I like that. That's good advice. Focusing on small wins are good.
Yeah, exactly.
Small wins is good, but focus on the goal at the end of the tunnel, at the end of the road, not how quickly you can get to it right now at this second. Because it's anything that's good is worth waiting for. Anything that's going to be great is worth, like you said, long haul, not get into it at this exact second. Or, man, I've been doing this. I've been at this for 6 months. All right, I give up. Nothing's happening. That long haul journey is when it's going to be great. I like that. What about you, Q? What advice would you give?
Repeat the question for me.
If you could go back and give yourself a piece of advice that you wish you had the day you started, what would that piece of advice be? What would you give to the next young Black woman, man coming up, starting their own business, whether it's in the fashion industry or not?
Firstly, just don't give up. Don't give up on anything that you believe in. Secondly, don't listen to nobody who's not, again, on the same thing that you're talking about or wanting for yourself. If they're not giving you any sense of positivity or like any urgency of like, how can I help you get closer to this goal? And it doesn't even have to be much of like, if they don't have that type of mindset of trying to get you to push forward on anything that you want, stay away from them. The third thing is try to get your family to invest into you early. Like if you here's a perfect example. Misfit's mom, she invested into him, and that's how it's supposed to be. If you can get your family to invest into you and believe in anything, or even if they don't believe and they can just invest and they care about giving you some money, just take it. so you can start whatever it is that you need to get started.
Mm-hmm.
And whether you fail in the beginning, it don't matter. It don't matter. Because if it's meant for you, it's going to show for it.
Yeah, that's absolutely positively true.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
To add on to that a little bit, like, and like when you have your family invest into you, it's not always gonna be like, Mom, if you send me some money so I can buy this.
Yeah, financial. There you go. I knew he was going to say that. I knew he was going to say that. I knew he was going to say that.
Or even my mom, we talk about it every time. There's a huge difference in pop-up tables when it's just me versus when all my fans there and they all have their text on. Then people are coming to my table just because there's a lot of people flocking.
Mm-hmm. And our family is large, so we run deep.
Right. And everybody to have something, they don't even gotta buy it.
Yeah, it makes a difference in what it shows.
Yeah, exactly.
That support makes that
It
difference.
goes back to the community, because then when people come to see you, like they know and trust you. They know that this is a legit product. This is a person who's not just looking for the next commission, the next way to rake it in. This is an organized brand. Other people are a part of this brand and trust this person and their product.
Mm-hmm.
It's really big to have your family or even your friends, like anybody, show you that support, especially in the beginning, because that's when nobody gives you any support, because it sounds like an idea. Like,
No, I like that. We just had a question come in from a viewer. How do you all deal with rejection?
Rejection is, if you're going to if you're gonna, like, for example, if I'm at a pop-up, I might have 50 people come to my table and only 25 people bought something. I didn't fail for the day because I didn't lose 25 customers. Some people, that's not their community. People aren't just gonna gravitate to you, especially not every time. You just gotta know that. I don't want to say expect no, like it's just a super negative thing. That's a part of the game. Like, there's nobody in the world who's going to be undefeated. You're not going to sell every customer or get everybody to give you a follow. Or you just got to know that it's a part of the game, especially early, because it's hard. It's in the early stages.
Okay, so really just having that understanding and being okay with knowing that you're not going to get a yes every time.
Right. And also, you don't lose until you quit. Like I said before, like I've had pop-ups before where I couldn't sell anything. Like it seemed like nothing could move at all. And instead of thinking like I failed and like my business is bad, I got right home, got right on the laptop, and figured out the next undeniable design that I could think of. Like, everything should just, and it will be like, I call it the slingshot effect. Like you might take 5 steps back, but you're guaranteed going to be 10 steps forward because you've learned already through the failure. You might need to pick apart why you're getting rejected and not take it personally. You can't attach rejection to the person. And even the word rejection has a really bad connotation to it.
He's a bar. You gotta watch out for this kid. He's dangerous. I'm trying to tell you. He's too smart for his nature. I'm trying 22. They didn't even see me coming at 22. And look at you, boy. I'm trying to tell you.
Thank you.
Listen, you know something.
You got anything to add to that, QC?
I would say rejection. I love rejection. I love when somebody tell me no. Because when you spin back, shout out to Spin Back. That's the name of the store. Shout out to Spin Back. You know, we at 2002 Annapolis Mall. But when you spin back, because God has this way of like, I don't know, bringing it back to me some way, somehow. You're going to spend your money or you're going to end up saying something to me because my personality, my character, it's gravitational pull. I'm okay with rejection. I'm thinking up front that you're going to tell me no. I'm thinking on how to get you to say yes.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying? I'm not thinking like, oh yeah, I know this person could possibly say yes. Nah, I'm thinking I'm about to make you say yes. I'm about to make you take that $100 out your pocket and buy my goddamn sweatsuit. I don't care what I got to do or say.
Wait a minute, is this a sticker?
Literally, it be a stick up. When you walk in there talking to me, it's almost goddamn stick up. I'm not gonna lie. They end up loving it. They end up loving the robbery. I'm not gonna lie. It
But
comes
you
out
have
smooth.
Gab also, so you're charming, and so people are,
works
like you
out.
said, gravitational pull. People who gravitate to you.
You sell stuff by accident.
Bro, it's sickening, ain't it? It's sickening, ain't it? I'm trying to tell you, it's sickening. I ain't even gonna lie. Listen, I was in the store yesterday. I'll just give this small example. Mind you, the sweatpants that we made, they actually cost like $84. But we put them on sale for about like maybe $54. But we had this customer come in, and this isn't like, I'm not saying this to like say we do this to every customer, but you know, it was a slow day and we need our ends to meet. We put the sweatpants back up on the tag, but in the system it still said 54. So what I did was I got the customer to spend the $84, but I feel like the way I did it was just so by accident. I didn't expect the customer to pay full price, but that's what comes with it. It comes with being charismatic. It comes with being having great customer service. All you have to worry about to avoid rejection is being 100% yourself. That's how you avoid rejection. That's how you avoid rejection when it comes to relationships, when it comes to people. In order to avoid rejection, just be a completely 100% yourself. And if it don't work, then that mother wasn't for you. That's it. That person was not for you. You move on to the next.
Makes the difference.
Yeah.
That confidence in yourself, it makes the difference.
Like you were saying about that sale, bro. Like that's like a part of the sport. Like it's kind of like every single sale is kind of like a boxing match, bro. Like people already want to buy from you because you're a salesman, and people just feel like they're too smart to be sold. But if you don't treat them like I have to get this money, I have to make them say yes, and you're like QC is the most, he has 99 charisma. He is the most charismatic person with the sales. If you can kind of like find little, not comebacks, but just way to combat the like the wall that people hold up.
That's a good way to put it. The wall.
Yeah. If you can show people why you're trusted, like why you have a clothing brand, you got the reviews to back it up. Like you're 100% who you say you are. Is you won't be rejected.
Yeah. A big part of that is getting the customer to like you as a person.
Yeah, exactly.
And now they're invested. And now it's like, okay, well, maybe I'll just get one little thing. But then they realize, oh, the quality is good, because I'm gonna say I've worn, touched, and seen both brands. The quality is impeccable. All it takes is that one piece, and you like, listen, I'm still looking for my shorts, QC. I just put it out there right now.
Wait, which one? Go about your topic, and then we'll get back to it.
But my point is, I got one thing from you, all that time ago, and I've been chasing more of it ever since. Right? I went and got a couple other little things or whatever, but that one thing, that quality was so good. I was like, I need more of this. I need it in my life, and that's what people are chasing. You get them sold on that one thing, they bound to come back for more.
Even if you have to give out something for free.
Yeah. And again, you couple that with the charisma, the personality, how you leave them feeling at the end of the day. Like you didn't leave them feeling like you was chasing them down or you was harassing them for a sale, but that you was just really like, hey, this is what I'm about. This is what I'm trying to do. Is you with me or not?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And also showing that you actually care about the customer.
Absolutely.
Like, not like just looking like a salesman.
Yeah, absolutely.
And not looking like a brand.
Absolutely. Fellas, we are coming to the end of the show. You all have been great.
Already? I feel like
already
2 minutes.
I
got more stuff to talk about.
We've been doing this a little bit over an hour, and quite frankly, I could keep going, but we want to, for the interest of time and the audience,
let's give the viewers a rest.
Give them a little bit of a rest. So we're gonna we're going to end. I got just a couple more things for you guys. I want you all, QC, I'll start with you. How can our audience stay updated on your upcoming engagements, your events, what socials to follow, anything like that? Just tell us, look right into the camera and tell the camera where we can follow you, where we can find you, how we stay updated on your events and whatnot.
You know where to find me. 2002 Annapolis Mall Road, Spinback, Annapolis, Maryland. We are open for business 24/7, 10 to 8, 10 to 9. Come shop with us. And then we got the Misfit right here at the top right-hand corner who's doing this thing, who ain't never stopped.
Do you got any social handles you want to share with the audience?
Q Conceited LLC. Q Conceited LLC. That is Q Conceited LLC. All one word.
And that's on Instagram?
Yes, that's on Instagram. That's the only social I'm giving out.
All right, I love it. Alex.
For me, you can follow me at the Misfit LLC, one word, on Instagram. Or you can go on the misfitllc.net/shop to see our latest stuff. I always got new things coming out. I'm working on the fall drop right now, so stay tuned for that. Yeah, that's all.
All right. Last question. I'm gonna let you guys go. Alex, I'll start with you. Tell our audience either one of these two things: either your greatest joy or your favorite quote, and why it's your favorite quote. One of those two, either your greatest joy or your favorite quote.
My favorite quote is, this sounds kind of, it's sprint towards the flames. I don't know who said it first, where it came from, but I literally have it on my screen. I have 3 quotes right here: be undeniable, be bulletproof, and sprint towards the flame.
Why sprint towards the flame? Why did you choose that one?
Because chasing the discomfort, like chasing the, for me, I've always been the most awkward person. I never, before I met you, QC, I didn't talk to new people for like months. Like in general, I just haven't been good at it. And that's just an example of going towards things I don't like doing. Maybe like straight my like doing the business and stuff. Like doing that on purpose as soon as possible has been the best thing that I've ever done. Having that discipline is the reason I feel like I have unlimited supply of motivation.
I love that. That's awesome. Okay, QC, the question's to you. Your greatest joy or your favorite quote, and why it's your favorite quote?
Because I'm gonna quote it exactly from a specific person. I'm gonna see if I can remember it, if I can say it exactly how he said it. He said, "One important key to success is self-confidence. One important key to self-confidence is preparation." That's from a tennis player. His name was Arthur something. He was like one of the first black. Yeah. He was one of the first black tennis players to go to the. I forgot exactly. I'm not from the time.
U.S. Open.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And say the quote again for the audience. Say that quote again, because that was a good one.
One important key to success is self-confidence. One important key to self-confidence is self-preparation. Mm-hmm. There's no way around those 3 steps to becoming success. If you don't become successful because of those things, it's because you didn't do them. You got to prepare in order to have everything. You got to be self-confident in order to have the things that you say you want.
That's big time facts. Fire. I love it. You both have been phenomenal guests. I appreciate you. I hope you'll come back and talk some more of Life Uncensored. In the meantime, I'm going to close out the show. Can I get you guys to hang around for a few more minutes with me?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. Say goodbye to our audience.
All right, everybody.
Thank you guys so much.
Throw up the fours. Everybody throw up the fours. We for the culture. Do it for the culture.
All right, guys. All right.
That's it.
All right. So what we got going on here is several things to note. Thank you guys for hanging around. Thanks for working with us through our technical difficulties with these storms that were happening out here as we tried to get started. I appreciate everybody who stayed tuned. A few things to note. I want to make sure, go to our Spotify, follow our website, life-uncensored.com, subscribe, check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Life Uncensored Live. Check us out on LinkedIn, Life Uncensored. Those are all the platforms that you can follow us on. Make sure that you're doing that. Our next episode is going to be with Jenny Simus Lady, and she's going to talk about her journey to intimacy coaching. So that's going to be a fun show. That's going to be a super fun show. So make sure that you stay tuned for that. Also, if you'd like to appear on our show as a guest, or you have a good idea for a show topic that you want to suggest, go to our website. Again, that's life-uncensored.com, and scroll down to the preliminary interview section, fill it out, and shoot me a note. You can also just send me an email through that platform as well, life-uncensored.com, and let us know what you think. And lastly, before I give you all the quote of the day, is if I get a follow from you starting now until 11:59 p.m. on Saturday, July 13th, on Instagram at Life Uncensored Live, you will be entered in for a chance for some free merch or to have a guest spot on our show. So I'm going to say it again. At Life Uncensored Live, if you follow between now and 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Saturday, July 13th, you'll be entered in for a chance to win some free merch from us or a guest spot on our show. I'm going to leave you all with this quote of the day, and I'll let you have at it with the rest of your evening. I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. That's from Sister Maya Angelou. Until the next time, you all, stay safe, stay hydrated, and stay cool. Bye.